Welcome to Module 2 in Design Histories and Futures, Modernism in Design. Last week in Module 1, you were given a general overview of some of the key historical events and social conditions that influenced the world in the gradual lead-up to what was to become known as modernism. What we looked at was the historical timeline that illustrated a form of slow cultural evolution and the events that unfolded. And with the advent of different technologies, we saw the increasing rate of change. This timeline and rate of change is important as it not only helps explain the development of modernism, but gives context to the here and now and the ever-changing world that you all face as designers. In understanding modernism in design, it is important to have an understanding of the impact of the Industrial Revolution and its effects on urbanisation and other cultural responses to modernity. In this module, we will give you a focus on key events, the historical events and resultant social conditions that gave rise to this period, particularly in terms of the change and the design movements. The Industrial Revolution was a precursor to modernism. It is also important to understand there were actually quite distinct revolutions back to back. One in approximately 1770 to 1840, and the second that was in between 1850 and 1880. To put this into context, please consider, prior to the Industrial Revolution, life expectancy for Europeans was between 25 and 35 years of age. 80% of the population were farmers and farm workers. The average person didn't travel far from where they were born. Almost all food was grown and consumed locally, and there were only basic sewage systems and basic drinking water. Fastest travel was done on horseback, and if you were lucky, you had some basic education. Manufacturing was often done at home using hand tools. Those are just some of the facts from this week's lecture that will help define and understand modernism for you. I look forward to seeing you in class.